you need to trust your teammates to do their job, and you need to move on and keep doing your job. I mean, as long as you know you made the initial call that he's in the site, he's trapped, that your job is done there. Now you want to try to get someone rotating at him. Moving along to lawn right now. This is also this is one of my favorite things to do on Dust2, other than the mid pick. And I didn't really go into too much details on the mid pick on how to do it. I'll end with that because that's something I've been kind of known for in the past, being able to hit the mid picking shot every time. So, but I'll go over that at the end. I'm gonna walk you through a lawn take. Here's an opera's lawn take. You have the best spawn. When you have the best spawn and you're the opera on your team, this is exactly what you need to do. You need to come up here as fast as you can with your knife out. Come out, pre-zoom, get ready. Now, either if you're, it's two things you can do here. I like to get a little wider, and the reason I like to peek a little wider is very simple, because this guy's cracked. He's probably peeking this crack right here. If I peek out wider, I'm on his screen. I'm already past his thing. So by the time he reacts, I'm already on the right side of his screen. Boom, and I trade with him perfectly. Sometimes it just depends. Sometimes I'll do it lower, take the shot, and fall off. Both ways, it's whatever preference you have, and however fast you feel like your reaction time is what you base it on. You don't base it on how Kenny S does it, how Guardian does it, how other top operas in the world do it. You base it on how fast you think you could do it, and you practice it, and that's all you it's all practice. I must have taken this shot thousands of times, man. Thousands of times, this shot, and I know, and then you start to develop patterns in your head about what teams do when they lose someone there. So let's say I come out, I kill this guy, but I know based on playing this past rounds against this certain team, I know that the guy that I killed was the opper or was the corner guy. I know there's still a guy that made it across the pit. What do you do in that situation? My go-to, and this is the more risky move of the two, but this is a move you make when you need to either demoralize the team or put a stamp on it, like ship it that it's over, this is it, or it's if you've been losing a lot and you're trying to get back into it, you would do this right here. In other scenarios, you'd probably do the safe. You would get the pick, fall back, tell your team it's a 4v5, and then you guys re-execute wherever you want, right? Here's what I do. I'll do something like this. I'll get this pit, and then I'll say, one's in pit, I'm going after him. I instantly, as soon as this guy's dead, instantly moved in like this. Okay? At this point, there's gonna be a point where either a guy jumps up somewhere here, and I shoot him, or you see the top of his head and you shoot him. You hit him, whatever you let him, whatever you need to do, you kill this guy. I go after the pit guy. I don't have enough, because in my eyes, this guy is running over here thinking he's gonna be safe because his teammate's there. Flashes go off, whatever. He comes back. He's like, teammate said, he's like, there. He got Milan. The opera. He opt Milan. When he hears he opt Milan, and it's an opera, this guy with a rifle isn't going to expect the opera to just run at him at an angle and just zoom in and shoot him. He's going to expect rifles to come at him, if anything. But since his teammate said, I got opt, he has no idea what's coming at him. So this guy here with a rifle will be sitting here and just die. What my maneuvering here is, I kill this guy, right? And then again, this is something I like to do. It doesn't always work but to me, I feel like I have the most success when I do this as a whole. After I get this kill, I come here, I do this. If I don't see, I give this a split second. If I don't see anything, I just instantly flash. I throw one of those flashes. Why? Because I want it to get everything here, and it might even get me some. Like sometimes I even throw it like this. Flashback. And as soon as that pops, I'm here, and here's the angle I peek. And this is my favorite thing to do as well, is if you kill two at lawn, then chances are they're going to have most of their guys around CT spawn, possibly one cat, but no more. No team plays two cat, two lawn. Most teams would do maybe two lawn, one cat, maybe three lawn, maybe 2 long, 1 cat, 1 mid, 1 B. That's most teams scenarios, whatever. So as soon as that pops, I'm here, but I'm not running across. I'm not here to run across. And I'll even sometimes do this. I'll even sometimes do this. And while this is popping, right before it pops, I take a shot. And what this catches for me is it's just such a mind fuck to these CTs when it happens to them, because they never I do it so much, but they never expect it. They never expect a guy. They come out here, they see, all right, they have control. Let's go, guys. They're at A. Oppers are ready. Oppers are opping. They're here. This is, you know, I'm a opper. This is even the angle that I would op. You know, oppers are ready. They're here. They're here. Everyone's here. No one's aimed here, like ready for a peek, right? They'll have to flick me, right? Everyone's looking for an angle at this. Like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do here? When they see me throw that smoke, and they see it about to bloom right here, their minds instantly tell them, okay, zoom out of here, zoom to the left, because they saw that smoke. So I do this, and while this is going off, I duck, and I can see for like this 3 seconds, I have literally a free shot at anyone that's around this area, and I probably hit it every time. Because it's an easy shot, it's a surprise shot, there shouldn't be aiming anywhere near you. Now, are you sometimes going to get completely random to some guy's crazy reaction time? Yeah. Sometimes, you know, they'll be looking to the left and they're like, oh shit, peek the right, and they're just a quick flick to you, and there's nothing you can do about that. But did you outplay them there? Yes. Did you make were they where you wanted them to be? Yes. And that's all you got to worry about. It's control. You want to always try to control, as an opera, where their players are, and always known. Like average, the rifler, he can't do this. He's not gonna know that he's not gonna be able to do this and kill. He wants to get across. The average guys at B, they don't know that what's going on at A. They don't know, and the average guys at A don't know what's going on at B. You as an opera know what's going on everywhere, because every time you do anything at middle or at A or at B, you get more and more information about this team's playstyle. By the end of the half, you literally know exactly, based on the smokes that they're throwing, exactly what they're doing. Okay? So that's how I would take lawn. But at the same time, you could do all the stuff I did at lawn there, and then just hold and wait. Simple as that. You could do the old just take, you know, if they're a better team that's good at holding lawn, and it's hard for you to take it from them, and you finally do, you could do the smoke pit, get on here, and like op over your own smoke right here, try to make a play, kill one. And again, this isn't anything new. Teams look for this, but this works against teams like a lot. You know, you'll be able to surprise. This is pretty spammable too now, so you could just kill that guy that hides behind that. Pit's obviously OP as fuck. You could just sit here and just call spots out for them. Once you have pit control right here, and you know he's not car, your guy, you could send your whole team literally back to cat. And as long as they get through the cat hold and the CT spawn, they literally have all of it. You cleared everything for them at A. They just come in here and they just plant for you. And like 9 times out of 10, if the bomb is planted for you and you're in pit, it's a winnable round. That's it. If they have 4v1, 3v1, 2v1, if they don't have their full smokes and all that, it's so hard for them to get this one on you, especially if they don't have an op even. But even if they do, for you to just dodge the opper and just kill the guy planning or the guy defusing, it's so easy. So that's my point about having, you know, lawn control and having just in general T-side control, because on Dust2 I feel like it's one of those maps where it's just very needed for an op. You need op presence to honestly control the map. I'm gonna come back here to the middle thing and I'm gonna go over how I do middle real quick. Other than like taking initial or taking middle at their side, initial middle. What I like to do is I like to pick my area that I've noticed over the past years is I like to hover around this area right here, about 75% the height of the door, right there. Just I chill here. The reason I like to hit it here is because most guys jump either run across it or jump over it, or you know duck jump across it or whatever. Making this like most optimal time, like when I'm zoomed in here and I hit the reaction shot as soon as I see them, and I zoom in because my reaction's got a little worse. I used to be able to hit them like right here in the middle. Sometimes I do still, but I zoom in this way right here to get, you know, if I don't kill the guy, I lead him. If I don't lead him, I hit him through the wall. Some sort of damage. I make these guys on CT so worried about getting hurt or killed on the cross that they have to spend extra money just to get across the door, and that's good for the meta of the game. That's good. They're losing money. They're losing money on smokes every game because they have to start doubles. Sometimes you'll see teams, they double smoke it, right? Teams as usual, they just do this, they'll jump. Or some teams go really high, you know. Some teams go low. It's a guessing game, but over the years you just know, and you just start playing it right. You just start like, you know, as long as you stay consistently around the areas that you know you can hit the shot. Every time someone jumps across, you did him. But this has to come. You have to be warned though. If you're focusing on this shot, you need to be ready to know that as soon as a die jumps up, you might see a second die right here. So one thing teams don't do, or operas that I've seen don't do, they take the shot and then they just stand still waiting for it to reload to get the other shot. You take the shot here, you get the fuck out. Simple as that. You take the shot, you're almost done before the shot's even off, because it's not worth it for you to hurt the guy, but then his teammate shoots you. You know, the only time you want to stay is if you're ready for this guy. You're ready for him to peek into you. You shoot him and you fall back. If you know he missed and you missed, you can come back and repeat. It's very, very, very OP for you to stay on this side of the, like almost till a minute left in the round. Stay around here and just shoot the shit out of these guys that go left and right doors. You keep taking damage on them. You keep hitting them till they literally are just low health, rotating to a site to be an easy 8-8 kill for your teammates. So you always want to be able to, like, these doors, use them. Like, you see a guy is about to run to the door, shoot him through the door. And at first you'll feel like, oh man, none of my shots are hitting, but just keep practicing it, keep doing it. Like, don't always go for the vice versa though. Don't always just try to kill them through the door instead of taking the easy, you know, you see a guy here and instead of taking the shot on him here, you wait for him to cross the door and then you shoot it, because you know you don't want to give away your spot too early or anything. There are just so many angles that are very, very, very ninja, I like to call them, on this double doors, that you just gotta be ready for anything here, man. So you gotta find out your playstyle, what you like to do, and exploit it. You know, if you like to stay around mid, you gotta realize that, okay, if there's not an action going on around mid, you need to get out of here, man. Go help your team where they need you. A lot of operas are very one-minded, and they just sit in a spot and they sit there the entire round until the strat caller tells them, hey, come over here, we need you. Like, they literally just won't do anything on their own. And that's not, if you want to be like a Kenny S type player or a Guardian type player, you want to be able to, like, if you see, you did like knowledge, like right here, oh, one's an A, you got the knowledge that one's an A. And then you're in your mind, you're like, you know what? Now I know one's an A, I know one's going to be rotating right here. Get him, you know? Now I know there's a guy CT spawn, I just heard him, blah, blah, blah. Stuff like that. Like, you have to be able to move around based on awareness, based on sound, based on what your teammates are calling. Your strat caller doesn't necessarily always know what you're seeing. He doesn't know that you see how they're playing it. He doesn't know that you know their rotates. He doesn't know that, oh, this shot is almost guaranteed for them every round. But he wants you to take him if you know you can get him. So always, like, you know, even a simple this and this, and then holding for a second for them to counter flash you back and you peek it. That's how you get these entries. And this is what T-side op is always going to be about. It's about you helping your teams in multiple ways and just wreaking havoc on the other team. The final part of this video is I want to go over B for you. And B is basically, like I said, as CT side, it's probably the easiest to hold as CT, but obviously there's ways to initiate with B. Now, there's the spawn. If you get the B spawn, and I always take this B spawn, because the B spawn comes once or twice, it comes maybe like 2 to 3 times possibly a game. When I did the B spawn, I'm literally hightailing it to B tunnels, jumping across, and I'm posted. Now, I used to double zoom this, But I've noticed a lot of teams like in the recent past have been coming peeking me from here, and I would always die like this, and I was like, what the fuck? How did he kill me? Oh shit, he was down there. All right, so I still do this as my go-to angle because most guys jump up on that, but I stay single scoped so I can just go down and kill this guy. Sometimes even I'll come known if I know the team personally and I know like they like to do it, I single scope this, and then vice versa I go back up. Obviously this is all gonna be smoked sometimes. Like this is just some teams get careless or they can't afford a smoke or anything. That's when you take advantage of that. When the smokes are up and everything's happening, the only way this upper tunnel works with an op is if you have presence at mid. And pretty much what you want to do with mid presence is you want to pull one of the B guys out to help mid. Once that happens, it's the opper and rifler have to be here. And the way I like to take it usually is if I could either just dry peek him right here, like just say fuck it, dry peek, get him, kind of surprise him because he doesn't think, because the way the calls are going, like especially if they have the bomb towards middle. And they're like, bomb spotted, bomb spotted. This guy will probably like put his head up to be like, oh shit, bomb spotted, should I rotate? You can probably take him out. But if he's just a good player over there and you don't want to mess with that, you could do something like this, where you could do this and then a flash. I'll tell you why those flashes in a second. But you could do something like that and then jump up. Well, I missed it. And then jump up on here, and then you're literally up here. And then you could sit here and make plays. You could even kill this guy, you know? You could do everything from this box you want. And it's like it's a very cool thing to have, you know, after that smoke you did up here. Teams look for it now, but it still works, you know what I mean? Like, it's still like, especially if it's an inexperienced B player, he's worried about the smoke, he's spamming through the smoke, he's throwing flashes, and he doesn't know what to do. And then there's you have your extra rifle guy with you here, maneuvering through. And the reason I say those, let me explain. So the smoke you guys, for obvious reasons, we want the smoke to land right there. Okay, this is pretty much to cover us coming out, right? You jump out in the cover, and then you can even jump duck like this, and you're up here, and you're ready to fight. Stay duck kind of to use the smoke to its full advantage and kill him. And then you want the first flash, it's very simple, to land right where the smoke would land. This way, when these guys are looking at it from here, well, it's not gonna be there. It's gonna be like, you guys did the gist. When these guys are looking at it, they see a smoke here, so they're like, oh, they're gonna come through the smoke. They're here, like ready for it, right? A flash is gonna pop right in the smoke. They won't even see the flash. They get blind. This guy's in the wall, this guy's hiding, whatever. That gives you enough time to be up there. And then you gotta be ready to shoot anything. The second flash is this one. Flashback. And this is purely to get this guy here. That's waiting. Or this guy here. Or here. Or like this guy right here. Like this is all to get him. So, and that's your rifle's job right there at that point. So, you do this, you get that smoke out, and then he's doing that. You do the smoke, and then the smoke across, and then your rifler is literally fighting these, and at the same time you gotta realize that while this is going on, it's, you know, maximum you're gonna have to deal with one guy at B because two are gonna be fighting mid for you guys, your teammates. And usually it's almost guaranteed B. But the opera's job in this position, that's the best you could do as an opera in that position, is get up here, make a play. If you kill this guy right away, you run up fast and you zoom in at the entrances. You zoom in window most likely or door, and maybe kind of stay window, and then when your teammates start coming, go door. You kind of want, while your teammates are running around, you want to stay ready. Like they're running around the site and you're just waiting for the first guy to make the move. Once you get kills and entries and stuff, I love doing this, but it's kind of risky as well. Like if I go across like this, if I don't see anything, I just wait. You might catch a guy dropping from cat. You might catch a guy in CT spawn, and I go for that shot. And then the safest way of it all is you just come back here, and now you're the CT, and you're holding the bomb plant, and just play all these angles. You know, they're coming in, you shoot them here. They're saying their window. You stay not unexposed over there, and you peek window. Million of different things you could do as an operator once you're in the site. But this is just these are like textbook ways to take T-side Dust2. Well, I threw in some like little strategy here and there, not purely on how to op it, but how to work with a team and opping it, and a little bit of my own opinions on certain situations on what you should do. You know, on this map, you gotta be smart. You gotta be aware, and you gotta understand that sometimes teams are just really good at holding certain angles in certain spots, so you don't need to keep re-challenging. The worst thing you could do is take it personal and try to go after the same thing, try to do the same strat and make it work, because you'll waste so many rounds losing it. By the time you finally make it work, you're already down 14-1 or something. The best thing you could do is, if a team is that comfortable with their A hold, you keep them at A, and you exploit the shit out of B. And to keep teams at A, it's simple. It's you being around. Teams usually flock with their oppers. So if you start telling your teammates, well, hey, listen, I'll go by myself A to cause rotations and shots and stuff. When they see that their opper is at cat, they're gonna rotate or stay honest to A, because they think there's no way they're gonna send the opper alone. The opper's probably with 2 rifles at least, because that's how you usually want to do it. But there's nothing wrong with you being the opper by yourself, kind of going out and making plays and causing and being a late lurk with an op, because it surprises the shit out of teams. If you could keep people at their site committed and open up a few seconds where your teammates can get out of a site and win it, you just won them the round just based on your little moves down here. Like, you know, you could for A especially, you could come out here, molly A, and then just wait for this guy. Usually the best thing, what's going to happen here is you're going to see a guy just jump up right here, just jump over to get on the A ramp. You kill him, or he's going to jump over to the right. But most of these guys do is, as soon as they see the molly come, they jump up like this, because this is the safest way for them to get out. They don't want to jump up like this, because then they're out exposed to everything, and they sure as hell don't want to rotate out this way, because then they have to fight you and they're already low on health. So their best bet is, boom, I jump this way. So you should have enough experience to know that that's where you should be pre-aimed at. So you pre-aim that. If they don't jump that way, then you can flick the other ways, but you always want to be pre-aimed right around here. If they jump into your crosshair, boom, that's a shot. You just hit it. And if they decide to do something crazy like jump here or here, that's easy shot for you, easy shot for you. If they make it across, you know, you could always do this. This is I feel like this is a very good T-side pick. You can sit here and just mess with the guy. You could even spam him sometimes. But like I said, it's pretty much like retaking on cat, or holding Londe like from cat. There's a lot of this. If you're a good CT-sided opper on this map, you should be able to be a good T-sided opper. The difference is your mentality. Are you willing to go out there and initiate the first move? And that's what it comes down to. How confident are you going into, you know, going around the corner ready to peek first into a guy? How fast are you? All these come into play as a T-side opper. And it's not for everybody. T-side opping is by far harder to me. And I think that's in general, it's harder than CT side opping, because CT side opping, they're coming to you. You know they're coming to you. You gotta sit there. You gotta be ready. Make sure you hit your shots. T side opping, you're going to them. You're bringing it to them, and it's all about how consistently can you make them uncomfortable. I'm sorry if I gave a little bit too much information. This tutorial's gone way too long. I think the original, it might be cut down a little bit, but it's originally I've been recording for 40 minutes now, and I had no idea that much time went by. Literally, like I just when I start playing and I get new ideas and I remember different things that you could do. There's so much, just a flood of knowledge about this game, especially on a map like Dust2, where it's just so old and everything's been done, you know. And I just want to say that I appreciate all the love that the other tutorial got, and again, you know, if you guys find anything that you disliked about this, maybe things you would change, let me know. I want to make this into like a map by map series where I'll try not to make them this long because I just feel like at the end of it you're just gonna forget a lot of the stuff I said because it's just so much. But definitely, like when you have time to watch the whole thing, you'll understand why I had all this to say, because there are just so many different ways to look at T side of maps than CT, especially for opping. Some maps don't require opping at all as T, but the ones that do, it's such a crucial role that it needs, like, there just needs to be more, I feel, knowledge, because from everything I've seen online, I have yet to see something that truly gives you uh, an experienced aspect of how to play it, like where and why and reason for this, all that, and that's what I'm trying to provide. And again, these are like my very first tutorials, so it's not gonna be you know, bright lights and shiny things right now or anything like that. It's gonna be very raw, just me and a camera. And I hopefully in the future I have more of a game plan for you guys. But any suggestions you guys have, again, please feel free to comment on this YouTube. Please, you know, for one, subscribe to my YouTube, follow on Twitter, and you know, I'm here for you. Like on Facebook. Just, yeah, please let me know how you liked it. I've enjoyed this very much. And until next time, guys, thank you again. And MoTV out.